We once more again talk about B-1 visa. So B-1 visa is a non-immigrant visa. Non-immigrant visa simply means that you cannot use it to stay permanently in the United States. And it is meant for foreign nationals who wish to visit the US temporarily for business-related activities. The B-1 visa is specifically designed for individuals who intend to engage in business activities that do not involve gaining employment or receiving compensation from a US source. The B-1 visa allows individuals to participate in a variety of business-related activities, such as attending meetings, conferences, or negotiations. What are the eligibilities for B-1 visa? To be eligible for a B-1 visa, the applicant must meet the following criteria. Purpose of visit. The applicant must intend to enter the US for business purposes only. This could include attending business meetings, conferences, business training, negotiating contracts, or consulting with business partners in the US. Temporary stay. The applicant must intend to stay in the US temporarily and demonstrate their stay is short-term, typically ranging from a few weeks to a few months while in the US. Non-immigrant intent. The applicant must prove that they have no intention of migrating to the US. They should demonstrate strong ties to their home country, such as employment, family, or property deeds, such as land deed, house title deeds, logbooks, which will ensure that they return to their home country after their business activities are completed in the US. Sufficient funds. The applicant must also show that they have enough money to support themselves during their stay in the US without needing to work or receive compensation from a US source in order to be able to support themselves. Business activity. The applicant's planned business activity must align with the permitted business activities outlined under US immigration law, such as attending business meetings, negotiating contracts, or participating in conferences. Purpose for B-1 visa. The B-1 visa allows foreign nationals to enter the United States for the following business-related purposes. Attending business meeting. The B-1 visa holder can attend meetings, consultations, or negotiations related to a business venture only. Participating in conference. The visa allows participants in conferences, conventions, seminars, trainings, or other gatherings for networking, learning, or sharing experience and expertise with the US businesses. Negotiating contracts. Foreign nationals can enter the US to negotiate contracts, partnerships, or agreements with the US companies or individuals. Short-term training. The B-1 visa allows individuals to attend short-term training related to their profession or business activities. This does not include vocational training, but short-term training. Business investigation. The visa allows for investigating business opportunities, including exploring potential markets, clients, or partners in the US, whom foreign nationals can be able to partner with and set up businesses, let's say, in the future. Settlement of estates. Individuals can enter the US for the purpose of managing or settling an estate or handling similar legal matters. Requirements for B-1 visa. To apply for a B-1 visa, applicants must meet the following requirements. Form DS-160. Applicants must complete the DS-160 form, an online visa application form for US visa applicants. Then we have Form DS-156 if required. Some applicants may be required to submit this form, particularly those applying for the B-1 visa under certain circumstances. A passport. A valid passport that will remain valid for at least 6 months beyond the intended date of arrival in the USA. Visa application fee. The applicant must pay the visa application fee, which is typically non-refundable. Apart from that, evidence of purpose of visit. Why are you visiting the US? So The applicant must be able to provide documentation that clearly shows the purpose of their visit. This could include invitations, business meeting, agendas or conferences, registration forms, etc. Proof of sufficient funds. The applicant must show they have enough financial resources to cover their expenses while in the United States, such as bank statements or affidavits of support from a U.S. sponsor. Ties to home country. Ties to home country will simply prove that you will go back to your home country once your visit is done. And this can be through showing land title deed, house deeds, business permits, logbooks of your vehicles, marriage certificates, or property ownership. So these are just things that are intended to show that then you will be going back to your home country once your visit is done in the US. And then visa interview. Applicants are required to attend a visa interview at a US embassy in their home country in order for them to undertake the visa interview and provide any further information needed about their visa application. Duration for B-1 visa. The B-1 visa is typically issued for a period of 1 to 6 months. The exact length of stay will depend on the purpose of the visit and the specific circumstances. After arriving in the US, the Customs and Border Protection Officer at the port of entry will determine the exact period of stay. Extensions. The B-1 visa holder may request an extension of their stay if the original duration is insufficient for the business activity. Extensions are granted in increments of up to 6 months with a maximum total stay of 1 year. Multiple entries. In some cases, the B-1 visa may be issued as a multiple entry visa, allowing the holder to visit the US multiple times during the visa's validity period, provided each stay is temporary and for business purposes only. Types of B-1 visa. B-1 for business. This is the standard B-1 visa granted to individuals visiting the US for general business purposes such as attending meetings, conferences, or negotiating contracts. B-1 for short-term training. This variation of the B-1 visa is for individuals entering the US to participate in short-term training related to their business or to their area of specialization. B-1 for domestic employee. A domestic employee of a foreign national employer, such as housekeeper or nanny, may apply for a B-1 visa if they will accompany their employer to the US for a temporary period. Questions and answers asked during B-1 visa interview. So during the B-1 visa interview, applicants can expect to be asked the following questions. What is the purpose of your visit to the US? The applicant should provide a clear explanation of the business activity they will engage in, such as attending meetings, negotiating, or training. How long do you intend to stay in the US? The applicant should provide an estimate of the duration of their visit based on their planned business activities. How will you support yourself during your stay in the US? The applicant should provide a proof of sufficient funds, such as bank statement, to show that they have enough money to support themselves and cover their expenses while they are in the United States. What ties do you have to your home country? Provide things such as marriage certificate, employment letters, house title deeds, land title deed. These are some of the things that will make you to go back home once you're done with your trip. Who will be sponsoring your trip? If applicable, the applicant should provide information about the US entity or individuals sponsoring their business activities, including invitation letters or sponsorship details. Have you traveled to the US before? If applicable, the applicant may be asked about their previous travel history to the US and their compliance with visa terms during their past visits. Conclusion: the B-1 visa is an essential option for foreign nationals who wish to temporarily enter the United States for business purposes by fulfilling eligibility requirements, submitting the necessary documents, and preparing for the visa interview. Applicants can increase their chances of successful application. The B-1 visa facilitates business collaboration, meetings, and trainings, making it a vital tool for international business professionals. With that, remember to subscribe for us, like, share, and comment on our channel. Thank you.